Okay, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to our this regular meditation. I was looking at all the stars and trying to make a sense of it. Try to learn those marks and those things. And I even downloaded one app simply, to know that which star is what. But it's still very complex and very difficult to understand. And after looking at those, only one I remember is the moon. And this morning's chanting, when I was doing a chanting, there was one discourse comes in relation to the moon. Yeah? In relation to the moon, and it suggests that in the moon there was probably now in a sense we do not see from the NASA going there, and there is no records of any humans or any beings living there. But from the discourse suggests that there were. There were. And I remember when before my father died, I took him to the Lumbini, where the Buddha was born. And on the way back, we were talking about the moon, and I mentioned that there are people visiting the moon. And my father was disbelieved, and he could not comprehend that. Is it possible? How could it possible like that? So, and that's again, in a way, probably a lack of knowledge or information, so that I still hold on to that. And when with that, when I was looking at the stars this evening, I was also reflecting that before the Buddha arose or Buddha enlightened, there were people, even now, people had a fear of what afterlife. So having that fear, everyone was trying to make sense of these universe and these galaxies, and trying to count the days and count the years and so on. And then meanwhile, not only the counting the years and the days, but also they try to make sense that if we communicate with this star or that star, and that maybe gives us some sort of a blessings, lucks, kind of like that. And that became one tradition of performing rituals and the ceremonies to find blessings and feel free from any sufferings that one was facing towards it. And based on that, again, there was another schools developing. That the school was kind of priestly schools. So basically embodying them and doing praising or making those beings in those stars or in those planets to be happy. So in a way, praising them and performing rituals and ceremonies. And having said that, again, Buddha himself, in fact, he was doing similar things before his enlightenment. He went through these rituals, learning those rituals, practicing those rituals. But the only different later on, after his enlightenment, was what he proclaimed, saying that all those acts that they have been doing was actually not leading to the liberation. That was simply asking for those stars to ward off the troubles or any difficulties that they are facing. So praising them so that they will bestow blessings on you. Whereas there's another that situation again, when the Buddha realized the truth, he was saying that actually it's not about outer connection or communication with the outside, but we have to internalize and looking into our own minds and consciousness, so that knowing truly what's in our consciousness, in our mind, that is actually bothering us. So when a Buddha spent that time investigating on it, and eventually he realized that actually we have to develop this effort to prevent from letting all these negative thoughts and negativities coming into our mind, which is the main root cause of all the troubles and the sufferings. So first thing is to prevent them not to come in, like creating a dam so that it won't come in. And then a second is, after we have prevented, then whatever in our consciousness, it's latently sleeping there. When we meditate, these will come up one after another. In those cases, whenever it comes out, recognizing, taking it, and then removing it. So it's a removal state. And this removal state we can do so many ways. Once we know, we take it away, and then other ways, sometimes it's just to let them burn like a candle, let them burn until it's completely burnt away, like that. Or sometimes just to use it until it becomes accustomed and just not been affected to us, like that. So with that initial stages of working, Buddha then realized that after we have changed in these, then it automatically generates this kindness, this compassion, and this clear understanding, clear knowledge. So with that development of this kindness and generosity and this clear knowledge, not only developing them but also making it to the ultimate of it, then that leads to the realization and nibbana. So with that, Buddha actually break away completely from the old tradition that people were basically looking for the results or going away or a liberation. The concept that they were doing, and here the Buddha explains in after his realization was that that's not putting too much emphasis on and doing things simply to praise out there or praising someone like the stars, but putting effort to just dive into ourselves and understanding our own true self. And with that, whatever impurities we have, we are basically removing, and then whatever purities that needed, we are replacing it. Now with that, then we understand that the practice of a meditation is actually in diving into our own minds and our heart, simply that we will able to understand what impurities we are having and what purities are lacking, so that we can develop more or cultivate more purities within ourselves. And with that cultivation, it brings happiness in this life, and as well as happiness to follow in the future life. And that's we have to understand here that the practice of a meditation, that's rather than just looking at the relaxation and comfortable and releasing stress and so-called, but we have to just dive into our own mind as well, to see the impurities and removing them, and so that we can live in this life happily and hereafter, which eventually will lead to the liberation. Okay? So I offer this as a reflection for tonight, and let's practice a meditation. So sitting in a comfortable position, relax yourself, settling down your body and your mind. Observing whatever experiences that you're having at the moment in the body, in your mind. If your mind is settled and connected with the body, you'll be experiencing the breath coming in and going out, and due to the breath, some other sensations taking place in your body. Once you have recognized those sensations in your body, objectively observing as it happens, and secondly, how are you relating to it? So your conscious engagement with that. Are you simply watching it, observing it? Are you trying to manipulate, engage? Or just being aware? It is not a matter of what's happening. It's a matter of how we engage with these arising moments is the key. So try to notice your engagement with the sensations that are taking place as the breath coming in and going out, or any other sensations taking place that you're aware of it. If that's the breath in your nose, then concentrating in your nose as it comes in and as it goes out, or in your belly rising, falling. And within that again, try to recognize that are you regulating it, or just happening as it is, and being aware of that. And how are you relating yourself with these activities? Is it permanent that is happening? Is it controllable? Is there an intention to control? Is there an intention to change? So continue concentrating in like this way. Try to be mindful of each and every incident that's taking place and how you're relating to yourself in those activities. And obviously we have a foundation to be a primary object, the nose or the belly that you have adopted. It's always there as a home base that you can come back and settle there.